Hi, my name is Alyssa, and today I have for you a deck of panning update. So please keep watching if you want to see it. Deck of Panning is a project that is from Emily of Emily and Max here on YouTube. I will of course link her channel and the video where she introduces the project so you can hear all the directions from her. But she was inspired by another YouTube creator, hold on, I have it down, Books with Maddie, who did a similar project, I guess, with books. I haven't seen it, but could be fun if you're also into reading. So basically, I draw 5 cards each month and sometimes more depending on the prompts. Some people do less, depends on how they roll things out, but I always do at least 5. And we see what makeup products I am working on panning. All right. I am here to first share with you my updates from the products that I've been working on, and then I will be rolling in some new items for this month. So, the stuff I've had in here for a while, one was a bronzer from Milani, and it's actually my only real bronzer in my collection. Everything else, if I use something as a bronzer, it's not actually a bronzer. So I'm here to show you that it is completely gone. I had repressed it and then it didn't take that long. Like my last update, there was only a small bit left. I actually couldn't remember if this had been finished for that update or not because I finished it so long ago now. It really was like right after that. So now I have an empty compact that I'm keeping just for repressing because this is still in great shape. So yay. Another item I'd had it, so that one was for a long haul to finish it. And then I've had another one in for a while. This was a nostalgic item and I picked, so it wasn't actually in this bottle, but it's a top coat. And I put it in here because so it was an Avon bottle and it was just really hard to use. It was basically brand new and yet it was a struggle to get product out. So I poured it into this. This is gonna be getting thrown out because the cap has been getting all busted. And I know technically you're seeing stuff down here, but I'm telling you that I cannot get it out. I cannot use it. Like you can see the brush is barely in it. And so I guess I could probably thin it out or something, but it really wasn't a great top coat. And I also realized that I actually have one top coat left, and the way I go through it, because you can see when I filled it, it was at the green line, which it was just a smaller bottle than this. So, I go through it fairly quickly for a top coat. So yeah, I am looking now at what I want to get for that. So yeah, this I'm counting is done. This is going in the trash. And that was exciting because this I've had for over 15 years. So, all right. Now we're on to the items that were actually for last month. So the first one was a baby goal, and I decided to keep working on this highlighter from Becca in rose gold. I use it actually as a bronzer. I wanted to use it 10 times. I used it a little bit more than that, but you can see there's not much left, and so I have plans to finish it this year, so we'll see how long that takes. As of now, I'm not going to repress it because it's been working okay, but if I do repress it, I'm sure I will probably share it, so you'll see. Wishlist dupe. I picked this palette because there's another indie brand that had a palette that had some fun shimmers and pastel shades and all, and I'm like, well, I have some good pastels. And I wasn't sure, I didn't realize how nice the shimmers were in this palette. So this might be my favorite palette, I think, in my collection. I am so happy that I got it. So I decided to use, well, I originally said I was gonna use every shade 3 times, and then I asked you guys if I should do 4 or 5, and it was a 60% vote said 4 times and 40% said 5. So I have used them all the 4 times, but I have, I think it was like 13 shades that I've already used 5 times. So yeah, I will be finishing this and getting all 5 uses, but I will update it in a different project kind of update thing I have where I talk about my new makeup for the year and using that. So I will, when I get to the 5 uses for everything, I will share it there. But you can definitely see there's a lot of use happening, and yeah, I really liked it. Like, I was just doing lots of full-on pastel looks for a lot of the past month. Right, next was highlight. So I picked this one from Makeup Revolution. I like using highlighter for these projects because otherwise I don't wear it, so it makes myself do it. So this has been just gone, I'd scraped it out, but you can definitely see that my pans here got bigger. I also started using this dark shade as a bronzer. It's a little bit more pigmented than the Becca highlighter for that, but yeah, so it was just something I was kind of trying out as like a glowy bronzer, and I might do that if I'm feeling like I need a bronzer for now, since, as you saw, I'm all out of regular bronzer. Okay, powder product. I wanted to hit pan on this eyeshadow from Sydney Grace, and I don't know if I shared it or not. There was a bad fall. I had some eyeshadows in a palette and it fell off my counter onto the floor, and like they flipped out. Like, it's magnetic, but like some of them fell out upside down. It was a mess. So this was one of the ones. I did just drop it again. I don't think anything more fell out. Okay, we're gonna hold it over this, so hopefully that'll be better. So this was the shade Gisa Lang from Sydney Grace. So I did hit legit pan. I did not just, work on that outer part. But yeah, trying to block my, hold on. All right, I'm just gonna put this down. There we go. All right, so definitely hit my pan, and it's great. I'm just trying to get pan in everything, so. All right, next, I had a random color generator, and it was this bright green color. So the closest I was able to get was to this shade Prismatic that I have, and I decided to use it 10 times, which, I've definitely expanded the pan a lot, so very exciting for that. I was able to, I even put it, technically there was a little bit of this bluish kind of color anyway, but I put some on just to bring it out a little bit more. And I don't know, actually I might even put a little bit more just so you can kind of see, it just kind of adds a little bit more bluishness. But I also like that it's a bit sheer, so it works well as a topper. You can build it up, but you can also just layer it over things to get different looks. All right, my final item from last time was the highlighter from my Ulta Beauty palette, and I wanted to use it 15 times. Now this might be a spoiler because I might have, I'm not sure if the level up video went out. I also have this palette in my level up project. So spoiler, there's a pan in my highlighter, but just to show you that, so, I had pan, and I also have just, a lot of use going on it. So this was on the chopping block because I'm not, you know what? It's still kind of on the chopping block. I can use it, but it's not my favorite by far. So if I decide to pan this palette next year completely, I don't know if I'm gonna allow myself to just not use that. Maybe I can mix it with other things. I don't know. I mean, there's not really a lot of product in it, so I might just do it. But if it becomes this hate panning, then I'm not gonna bother. So yeah, that is my update for all, so everything is rolling out and I am ready to bring in some new products. But I will say I've been feeling a little overwhelmed with other things I'm working on. Just trying to use all the new singles I got this year, I started a new project, which you might wanna check out. It's a 4 seasons project. So right now, I've started the fall one, and I was a little overly eager to pick out singles for my fall motif, and I might be changing. I'm just going to go ahead and say now. I was going to be using each of those singles 11 times, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. It might be more of a use them half of that, or I don't know, like use all of it, you know, like I was thinking about doing 11 looks from the palette, but that seems like cheating, so I don't know. We'll see. We're going to see how I do with it, but next time I definitely would pick fewer. So anyway, I'm a little overwhelmed with eyeshadow, I guess. So as I'm picking things today, I'm going to try to avoid eyeshadow. All right, let me look at the board. So I will pop up the board so you can be looking at it with me. The face cards stay the same. The other stuff changes each month. So, you know, some of the stuff is a little tricky for me to do. Fragrance I seem to get different times, and I don't wear fragrances, and most of my makeup is not fragrance, although I had thought about there's a certain spray that I have that I don't use on my face anymore, but I use it sometimes for wedding eyeshadows. I'm like, maybe I should pull that in, or some of my hair care stuff. So, all right, let's see what we get. I don't use actual playing cards. I just use the random.org site. And so I'm going to go ahead. It has 5 cards on here, but I definitely don't want to do that because I have 2 10s. Well, I guess that doesn't matter because they're not face cards, but still, it seemed kind of boring. So we're just going to go ahead and do it fresh. All right. Oh, there it goes. All black cards. Okay. Oh, by the way, I do have a joker in here. I have it saved to do that. Okay, so we've got a 2 of spades. Favorite category. Well, darn it, that's eyeshadow. Okay, well, maybe we'll have 1 eyeshadow at least. 6 of spades. Focus. All right, so that's supposed to be what my kind of overall focus is for the year. Maybe I would still do something with eyeshadow, but to help me with my other, like just using them and all, because they're not really, it's not a project, so I don't feel like I'm double dipping by doing that, but maybe, you know, somehow come up with something to help me for that. Okay. 10 of spades. Oh, I got that one again. Letter. Oh, so I have to randomly draw a letter. And then 9 of spades. Fragrance. See, I told you I get it a lot. Okay, let me randomly draw a letter. Can I just type like random letter generator? I can. Is it going to do it? Okay, I'm not going to count whatever was there. We're just going to go ahead and do generate random letter. X. Do I have something with an X? All right, I'm going to look and find out. If I don't have anything with an X anywhere in it, then I will come back and draw another letter. But I'm also going to go find these other products. So bear with me. I am back, but I have not actually picked up my products because I realized I forgot that I also had the Ace of Spades. So Ace of Spades is a black ace, so it's get out of jail free, which means I do have to draw another card to, you know, take that place. So let me I'm just going to do another draw 5 and then, you know, first one, okay, 4 diamonds is the first one I got. So 4 of diamonds out of my hands. Oh, so I'm going to have to ask some people. All right. I could ask my children later, or I could put a poll up. All right, let me think about it. Okay, I'm back. And that was a lot. So I'm actually going to start with the out of my hands pick first. So I decided to make it easy. You're going to do a poll for me. So hopefully I can get lots of votes. So, you know, it's either going to be, actually I might add a third option. All right, first option is that I will be using my only Danessa Myricks Color Fix in Rock Candy. I think I would say 10 uses. And then, or option 2 was using the Danessa Myricks, what are these called? Chrome Flakes? Infinite Chrome Flakes in Confetti, the only one I have. Also using it 10 times. Option 3 would be using both of them. I think I would just say 5 times each then and split it. All right, so those are gonna be the 3 pull options. So 10 times, or 10 times together. And well, not necessarily at the same time. All right, so that's gonna be for you to vote. Then going backwards again, fragrance, I decided to go again with that spray that I mentioned. So right now I had marked when it was settled that it was around here. So it's just a Mario Badescu thing. I don't use it on, like I said, on my face. It's more just like wetting eyeshadows. Sometimes I used it to like freshen up my hair smell, like if I feel like I've been outside and it just like gets that outside smell. So like, you know, just to take that away some. My goal is to get to the top of this rectangle here. Okay, so I don't know how many uses that'll be. But yeah, so it'll be in until I'm at that point. Letter. I found some eyeshadows that had the letter X in them. They actually all had pan on them. So I'm like, all right, you know, what else can I do? And then I'm like, oh wait, NYX. And I kind of went through my different NYX products and I decided to settle on this lip liner because this will go along with the, oh, this needs to be sharpened probably, but it's fine. This will go along with the other lip products that I am using for my fall season stuff. So let's see. It's not really a great way. I will mark it in my book here to show like how long it is, and then we can see, but my goal is to use it 15 times, so we'll see how it does after 15 uses. But you know, I mean, I guess like if we're holding it up for like my hand for comparison, like there you go. All right, so I decided to use my get out of jail free card in a way of combining my remaining 2 cards, which was the favorite category, eyeshadow, and focus, eyeshadows. So I have my fall palette that I'd picked out of different singles, and my goal was using them apparently 11 times, because, yeah. I'm going to have myself use, some of them have already been used, but to have all of them at least 2 uses, for it to be rolled out of this deck of panning, but of course I'm still going to have to work on them more than that. But at least still kind of, you know, keep me motivated. And then also I have my Sydney Grace singles that I was talking about. And so my goal for the year was to have all of them used at least once. So some of the ones that are in here have already been used. So it's this bottom row, this row except for this one, this row except for this one, and then these 3 right there. Okay, so there's these, plus I have 5 more that are not in there that haven't been used at all. My goal will also be to have all of the Sydney Grace eyeshadows used twice. So yeah, I was originally going to try to say once by the end of the year, but I'm going to try and make it twice for this. Okay, so we've got my eyeshadows, using them all twice. We have my lip liner, using it 15 times. And I will draw it on here. My facial spray, using it until I get to the top of the rectangle. And then out of my hands, you guys have to pick 10 times, or 10 times together. So that is what I have. So please go vote in my poll. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and also subscribe if you haven't and you are interested in joining me. Also, you can go watch the playlist of the other people who've been updating this project and see how they've been doing. Until the next video, I hope that you'll be doing well. Thanks for being here. Bye.